What's up all you lads and ladies? Welcome to another fascinating video in the world of comedy and Reddit. If you liked the video, post your favorite Reddit comment below, and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Thanks to Doorknob in my last video who commented that he loved my intro. Well, Doorknob, I love you. Thanks again. Hope you enjoy this video about things Americans think are normal, but they're not. What do Americans think is normal for everyone? But actually it's not normal for anyone but Americans. I've heard someone say that we are the only ones who drink out of solo cups. Canadians do too, and in Europe when some younger people play beer pong they get them for authenticity. Other than that, yes, North Americans are the only ones as far as I know. Yeah, we use them for beer pong here in Europe, mostly knockoffs though, but that's just because the standard here is like 0.2L plastic cups, which are way harder to throw ping pong balls into. Generally you can't buy them as disposable cups in the supermarket though, and you have to buy some sort of beer pong set. I was in Germany for the 4th of July about 10 years ago. The stores had big solo cup displays with American party advertisements and everyone wearing red, white, and blue clothes. Brought a tear to my eye. And they say us Americans have no culture SMH. I don't even know what a solo cup is. Aren't most cups intended for one person? LOL. Putting a ton of sugar in products like bread. In America, it's corn syrup. The trend now in the US is to remove corn syrup. But don't be fooled. They replace it with similar amounts of regular sugar, usually labeled cane sugar or beet sugar. And it's basically the same health-wise. People think it tastes better, which I tend to agree with. Being legally allowed to drink only when you reach 21. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You can get gangbanged on camera or shot in a war, but can't have a lovely sip of beer for 3 more years. Insane. I've heard the go to war, but never the gangbanged on camera comparison. That puts it in perspective in a very different way. At 18 you can be reamed and double teamed, but you can't drink Jim Beam. You can get gangbanged on camera. In the UK you have to be 18 to buy or be in peen, but the age of consent is 16. So you can bone if you like, but you close your eyes while doing so. Police arrests guy and gal for having sex with their eyes open. Toilet cubicles, where people not only can peek, but an adult person could crawl into your cubicle. There is so much space under the door. Forget under the door, there are like centimeters of space all around the door. We don't measure in a cm here, we measure in spoons. You forget the rule of thumb. As a kid I always thought that was for in case you got locked it. Like if some bully tried to lock you in you could crawl out. Now I have no idea why the doors are like that. They're cheaper. Places could still get full-size doors and walls if they wanted. But it's considered ordinary here now, so why shell out for more expensive it than what anyone would expect? Prescription drug ads encouraging people to ask their doctor about the drug being advertised. I'm an American and over the past circa 3 weeks I've been getting ads for Vyvanse, an amphetamine ADHD medication, and Summit for low libido in women on Facebook. So now not only are they on TV, they're on freaking Facebook. For what it's worth, I don't think this practice should be legal either. It's not legal here in the UK, or more specifically you can't advertise any prescription medicine to anybody who isn't a doctor, that is the general public. But I guess our entire healthcare and advertising systems are different. Fixed typo. It's strange in Canada, because we get those ads, but we generally don't ask our doctors for drugs, as if we are loading up on chocolate bars at a store or something. Like most countries, we go to the doctor, they tell us what's wrong and what we need to do, or what the options are if there's a decision to be made, and that's that. That's the weirdest thing about all this. As an American, I can assure you that we don't ask our doctors about this stuff either. We go, and the doctors tell us what to take. I have no idea who these ads are working on in order for the pharmaceutical companies to think they are worth the money. I don't know anyone who has ever seen an ad and asked their doctor anything. If I need a drug in order for my mind to function properly, I'm certainly not going to get the idea from a marketing department. It's definitely going to be a medical professional. When I was there during the last election, I was shocked at how phrases like "well, they have the black vote" or "the Latino vote" came up all the time on the radio. Obviously it's not racist, but it's just something that would never come up in my country. Like, why would Latino people all vote for the same person? Similar to this, in the USA 80-90% of the voters don't switch, which is odd to me. Most countries have areas that tend to vote conservative or liberal, but there's a lot more swing. Mostly in the US the ads are aimed at the 10-20% who will change their ballot. The other 80% who vote are locked in as Democrat or Republican supporters. Households. I couldn't imagine voting because we're a liberal household, or because ethnic group X always supports the conservatives. The US House and Senate actually have less turnover than a lot of dictatorships, as people get elected in areas that are Republican or Democrat, then they're pretty much guaranteed a win, as long as they don't lose their nomination or switch parties or retire, die. I think the US could benefit from having more political parties than just Dem or Repub. It's too divided, probably wouldn't ever catch on, though. I hate how people in the US feel that political alignment is a hill to die on and we can barely ever have civil discussion about it, much less have cooperation between the parties in government office. I'd personally love this, but the first past the post voting system we have won't allow it. I saw something years ago about how game theory predicts this. If we switch to something like ranked choice or instant runoff, things change. But, as it is, there can be only two. Insert Highlander theme song. Portion sizes. I'm from Canada and assumed we were the same based on McDonald's servings and such. Then I went to California and had an omelette at a diner. Sweet Jesus. It must have been made from 6 eggs and took up the entire 12-inch plate. I asked for mushrooms, but there was no room inside for them. So I got a pile of mushrooms on a side plate, and 2 biscuits the size of my hand. It was like a day's worth of calories in one meal. That's just a diner thing. A 6-egg omelette is standard at many, because traditionally most of their patrons will be skipping lunch. Ah, that makes sense. Thanks. Not putting the final price on the tag. I'm not sure whether it's still like this, but a few years ago one never knew whether the $1 item in McDonald's or Burger King is actually $1 or maybe $1.08. Gratuitous violence and entertainment is normal, but show one boob and people lose their it. I read an article last year about how in American Horror Story they played a 4-minute long scene of Lady Gaga's character slashing throats and drinking blood during an orgy, but the song playing in the background had the word fricking censored. American censorship standards are wild. This one is more on the positive side, because I think we could learn some from it. Talking and sharing your life with complete strangers. I have met quite a few Americans, so it seems the norm that you share and engage with strangers in public. The bus, train, parks, etc. And then you go on your way. In Denmark you'd be a freak if you did that. I lived in Ireland for a while and when I was first there I was always looking around. So it was obvious I wasn't from there. During this time old people would sit next to me on the bus and tell me their life story rather frequently. As soon as I started looking like every other office drone it stopped. Make sure to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell like it owes you money. Remember to post your favorite comment from the video in the comment section below for a chance to be featured in my next video. I hope you enjoyed this fantastic video and I hope you are all staying safe. Show a small channel some love by liking and subscribing. Take care. Pip pip cheerio. Much love from me, Matt British.